Hey there, this is Dan with King Leo D&D, and I'm going to do 3 things to know if you're going to play a Barbarian in the new Player's Handbook to 2024. First, notice that raging is different and better now than it was in the old book. You can now continue your rage as a bonus action. What is great about this is in the old way, you would have to either make an attack roll or take damage in some way, interact with an enemy creature to continue your rage, but in this, all you have to do is use your bonus action to maintain your rage, something that just makes playing them a lot easier and better in your experience. Second thing to look out for is this new feature called Weapon Masteries. So you get additional abilities or features tied to weapons that you are a master of, and the Barbarian benefits from this new feature. And so here are the options that you have, and then I'm going to make 2 recommendations of ones you should consider as a Barbarian. First, Graze. Graze is when you miss a creature with an attack, you can actually still do damage to them. Solid pick. Next is Nick. You make an extra attack with the light property weapon. You can actually make it as part of your attack action instead of as a bonus action. Really cool to get some extra attacks in. Next is Push. You can push an enemy 10 feet away from you when you hit them. Sap, the creature has disadvantage on its next attack roll before your next turn. Slow, you can reduce a creature's movement speed by 10 feet. Topple, you can knock a creature over when you hit them. And then Vex, if you hit a creature with that weapon and deal damage, you have advantage on your next attack roll against that creature before the end of your turn. Of that list, things that I would suggest you look at and try to build a Barbarian around would be, first, Cleave. Cleave is just so good. You're going to feel good about still damaging your opponent, even when you miss. And the second one is Graze. You get the opportunity to hit multiple creatures with one attack. That's going to be super helpful. Barbarians are meaty, they're up front, you're going to be surrounded by enemies. Taking Graze allows you to continue to hit multiple creatures on your turn, and that's going to be a great fit as well. Lastly, the third thing I want to recommend, something to think about if you're playing a Barbarian from the new Player's Handbook, look at the Path of the Wild Heart. Do not sleep on this subclass. It's formerly that Totem Warrior one. I think this is going to be the really good one out of this book. I know that the Berserker kind of frenzied Barbarian is the one that people are going to default towards, but the Path of the Wild Heart, it's gonna be fun. It's versatile. One of the changes that they've made is every time you rage, you can pick the elements and the aspects of the different creatures that you want to take on during that rage. And so it's more flexible and there's more creativity, which I think is generally lacking for the Barbarian. It feels like, okay, now I'm gonna rage, now I'm gonna fight, and I hit the thing. But this Path of the Wild Heart is going to make it more fun and engaging, give you some tools to use, some options, so it's not just the same swing hit move, but instead you get to move around in the battle a bit more, make some different options. So that's it. Quick decisions. Here's some new stuff for the Barbarian from level 1 to 3, things to look out for. Tell me which class you want me to do next. I'm going to keep these videos coming. Of course, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you can keep up with it.